What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. We're going to be creating a lighting setup for under $40. I get asked from you guys all the time, how do I set up lighting for this? Maybe an interview, maybe a talking head piece like this. And a lot of you guys don't have a massive budget like most of us didn't when we started off. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get to it. So we're here at Home Depot. I feel like it's the most universal place you could find in any city. I know a lot of people are gonna be asking the same question, where did you buy it from? So it's at Home Depot. Our challenge is to keep it under $40 to set up a basic, good looking lighting set. So let's head in here and we will try our best. So I found these little HDX 1000 lumen, is that how you pronounce it? LED work lights. Kind of impressive. The CRI is not amazing. It's only 80, so that's not good at all. And the color temp is only 4000 Kelvin, so that's actually really bad, but I think we can fix that with some gels. All right, so these are bigger and they're cheaper. These will be a little more directional, but that's not the end of the world. So let's grab one of these bigger ones for $6.46. There's a lot of lighting in this aisle that you could get creative with, but we're trying to keep it on a really tight budget, so we're gonna just grab the essentials we need. All right, so we're all set. Let's check out. All right, mission accomplished. Heading back to the office and let's see how we can set this stuff up. Let's talk about the gear I picked up and why I went to Home Depot. So I went there because I figured it's the most universal to everyone else. Some of these items you can probably get a little bit cheaper if you go to Walmart or Menards or even the dollar store and you kind of shop around. I was just trying to pick one central store to get majority of this stuff. The HDX Work LED light was kind of a gem that I was not planning on finding. I was actually planning on just doing a couple of these clamp lights and calling it a day, but I saw this when I was walking down the aisle, and for 1000 lumens, that thing is freaking bright. Now, one of the problems we discovered, and I mentioned in the store, is the CRI rating is terrible and the white balance is absolutely terrible. The white balance isn't that big of a deal because for most of these cameras, you can dial in the Kelvin to exactly what you need. So if we know it's 4000 Kelvin, we can dial that in and get it really close. It's gonna probably have a little bit of a color cast because of how low the CRI rating is. However, the best option, which I think you should do, is jump on Amazon and look for a CTB filter. They have multiples across there and multiple different prices. I found some ranging between $6 and $15. I will link some in the description below. For you guys that don't know what a CTB gel is, there's CTO and CTB. CTO stands for color temperature orange. CTB stands for color temperature blue. It's a daylight and a tungsten. On old Hollywood sets, they had those really warm tungsten lights. They got really freaking hot, and then everything kind of shifted to LED, and majority of them are daylight. So CTB 5600, tungsten being 3200. However, we can manipulate and change things by adding those filters on top. So I do recommend picking up one of those. It does keep us underneath our budget and right at the brim of it, picking up that gel, but I think it'll be a way better result. Using a clamp light is something that's been around for a very long time. I remember when I first started making videos, this was the cheapest option to go before they even had LED light bulbs. The Philips LED light bulbs, I absolutely love. They are really awesome and they connect with your smartphone even so you can change colors. I picked up a double pack because I have them in other lamps in my house, but a single at Home Depot here runs me about $12.97. 7. One thing I forgot to pick up at Home Depot, and it was way cheaper going to the dollar store, and again, it's probably just as cheap on Amazon, is a shower curtain. You don't need to get a massive grid and softbox when we're just trying to do an entry budget level lighting setup. Here's a whole breakdown of everything I spent. You can pick up the double pack of those Philips light bulbs, and I think it'll bring it up to $18 instead of like 12 or 13, but they are really awesome light bulbs, and especially for someone like me that's in a room, and some of these lights I can't change. They're fixed lights, like they've got LED stripping in some of these lights. I've never seen a house like this before. When I'm filming or vlogging in here, I want everything to be the same temperature. So I put these light bulbs in every one of my lamps, and I set it for my smartphone, set everything in the daylight, and then I know for sure I'm good. So let's start drawing this out. We have the subject in the middle, and then obviously we're gonna set up our camera shooting them. With just the main lights in the room, it doesn't look very good at all, so we need to start adding a light. So the first thing we're gonna do is add that little work light we got and set it to the side. About 45 degrees is what I like to go for. You can see it's definitely ridiculously bright because it's 1,000 lumens, so we need to diffuse that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab that dollar shower curtain we got from the dollar store or Amazon, whatever, and we're gonna diffuse that by hanging it up, tacking it, doing whatever we can to diffuse the light. That way when it hits our subject, it's a lot softer and it looks a lot better. The shadows aren't so harsh. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a light in the background. So we're gonna take that can light on the other side, casting over my shoulder. You can see it brings up the background and just makes it a little more interesting. And then on the table behind me, what I like to do is grab a practical lamp laying around the house. You don't have to do this step, but I prefer to do it. And we're gonna take that extra light bulb that we picked up in the 2-pack, and we're gonna also throw that in there. That way it looks like the light that's coming from the lamp is what's casting on me, when actually it's coming from the can light itself. I love these lights so much because you can change the color of them to something completely different. Here you can see a before and a after. Something I do recommend is picking up one of these basic lighting stands on Amazon to make it a lot easier to clamp that light onto. The light that I picked up specifically had a hole already in it, so I could just set it right on the stand. Again, this is something you don't have to have, but it is nice to have in your kit. They're great little stands, and you can pick them up on Amazon for really cheap, and I still use them for all kinds of lights that I pick up and just mount it on top of the quarter 20. I took that other clamp light and I just put it in the corner and clamped it onto a shelf. So really you can get creative in any way to mount these lights. You could just take that light that I used as my key, and you could just put the stand that came with it and put it on a chair or something so it's high enough, kind of hitting you at a 45-degree angle. Really whatever works, it's just about getting that end result. Also, I'm not saying that you can't get amazing light from window light. I'm actually using it right now to use as my key. So if you don't have a budget for even the $40 kit, do not worry. I recommend going out, picking up this dollar shower curtain. Everyone can swing $1, and then hanging it in front of the window. That way you've got it right here and it'll diffuse the light. It's a lot softer and it'll look a lot better. But that's basically all I got for you guys today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you guys want to see more budget friendly like challenges and things like that? I had a blast doing this one. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, with the bell notification on so you don't miss any of my new videos. You guys are amazing. I'm the Iron Giant. I'm out. Peace.